Let's bring in lifetime CEO Bahram Akradi. He owns gyms across many U.S. states, Bahram, including Georgia. So are you ready to reopen?
We are ready. We are getting everything ready to make sure we open very, very safely and give the governor the backing he needs to prove that businesses can be responsible and taking care of their employees and their customers.
When I saw that gyms were on the list of the first businesses to reopen, I was shocked. I mean, they were among the first businesses that people stayed away from as we were getting into this, because it seems like close quarters, you work out next to each other, next to people. There's a lot of sharing of equipment and towels and that sort of thing. How do you make it safe?
So this is a great question, and I think it deserves good thought process. I think at this point, we need to let the data support the decision-making rather than the fear. When you go to the grocery store, you touch something, somebody else comes behind you, 2 minutes later, touch that same thing. We also know how amazingly contagious this virus is. When you look at the data from University Stanford or USC, or you look at the data in Iceland, it's also very, very clear that much more number of people are already infected with this virus. The denominator has been reported grossly wrong, and therefore we have created such an incredible fear amongst America that this is going to hurt everything. The fear is going to be the biggest part of the challenge for having the economy come back, and America is built on courage and freedom, and both of which are under assault right now.
But that still doesn't, but people are still going to be scared. And this can have really severe consequences. It's much more deadly and contagious, as you say, than the flu. What makes you think that people are going to come back even when you do reopen?
That's the difference. It is more contagious. But when you look at 50 to 85 times more people who have been infected, according to these studies, that says that the denominator is wrong by 50 to 85 times, which means the ratio of the people dying from this virus is 50 to 85 times less. Furthermore, as we go to the next stages of this period, when we had the social distancing, social isolation, to give time to the hospitals to get ready, to get more equipment, to understand the virus and understand the level of the spread. The level of the spread, while it's not enough to be herd immunity, it is significantly more than we can contain it. I think that fact needs to be broken up, studied, and talked about more clearly. The people are going to get this virus over the next year or two. Absolutely, people are going to get this virus like we get other colds and flus. Our immune system is hugely capable of overcoming viruses and bacteria. We live with trillions of bacteria and viruses every day of our lives. And so number one defense is our immune system. And the gyms, the 20, 30, 40 minutes of mild exercise, eating the right food, getting sun, getting outside, all of these things are the things that helps your immune system. And we are actually breaking down people's immune system by keeping them inside, letting them get depressed. Their businesses are going bad. Depression is setting in, and that causes inflammation. Inflammation then gives the way for the virus to break into your cells. We just need to deal with this much more rationally. I am not opposed to being cautious, careful, keeping the clubs clean. We're going to relentlessly clean the clubs. Every employee is going to have disinfecting materials as well as rags with them. We're going to spread the people as much as we can. When we open, it is going to be as safe as any other place people have to go to.
I'm not going to argue with you. I'm not a doctor. I don't know where you're getting the medical information, but from what we've heard from our nation's top experts is that even in the reopening, it's going to be important to social distance. It's going to be important to wear masks and take other precautions. And we're not doing the herd immunity thing because there could be really serious consequences of that, Bahram. Just final word. I'm surprised to hear you arguing the science and not more of what you are doing to make sure that people can feel safe, not just that they need to exercise and they need to be getting out there.
So we will do everything that is possible. We have purchased masks for our employees, disposable masks for our customers so they can grab it to go in. We have extra focus on relentless cleaning to make sure the space is spotless. We have sourced materials that will kill the virus within 60 seconds of touching the stuff. We are working day and night to provide a safe place for the people. And I'm not arguing with you about facts. I'm arguing with you about the fear. The science behind this is the science, and I'm not arguing science. This virus is contagious, and it's so contagious that it's already been spread. I believe we're fighting this fight in the rearview mirror rather than looking at the facts about how we can reduce pressure on the hospitals. And that is, we need to understand it better. We've taken the time to do so. Now we need to equip the consumer, the people, Americans, on learn how to fight this disease better on their own, how they improve their immune system, and how to do this diagnostic check, which we've put on our app. So you can ask 4 questions from yourself and find out if you have any symptoms. And if you have any symptoms, you need to act early. What we've done in the early stage when we didn't understand this, we went to hospitals, people were rejected 5 times, then they come back when they have to go straight into ICU. Well, now I think we can solve the problem with a few $100s worth of drugs rather than having them go to ICU. So this, over the next few weeks, as time goes on, more and more path will become clear on how we can have an early attack on the virus when somebody's infected.